The impossible balance for decades. The Indian commuter has faced a cruel ultimatum. You could choose power, or you could choose savings. You could choose style, or you could choose durability. You were told you couldn't have it all. But what if the rules have finally changed? What if the most trusted name in Indian commuting decided that enough is no longer enough? We are looking at a machine that doesn't just promise to get you from point A to point B. It promises to do it while respecting your wallet, your back, and your pride. The king of the commuter segment is back, but it has evolved. This isn't just an update. This is the 2026 Bajaj Platina 125, and it might just be the only motorcycle you will ever need to buy. The evolution of a workhorse, let's be honest. Nobody used to buy a Platina for its looks. You bought it because it made sense. But the 2026 model shatters that perception. Bajaj has finally realized that the daily commuter deserves to look good. The silhouette is familiar, it still holds that rugged, upright stance, but the execution is entirely new. We are talking about a muscular tank design that finally gives the bike a big bike feel. The graphics are no longer just stickers slapped on as an afterthought. They are textured, integrated, and premium. The halogen of the past is dead. The 2026 edition introduces a piercing LED setup with distinct DRLs that give it an aggressive face, something we never thought we'd say about a Platina. It commands presence in traffic. It tells the world that you are practical, not cheap. But a pretty face is useless if the heart is weak. Is this just a cosmetic surgery, or is there a beast hiding underneath? The 125cc power shift here is where the narrative shifts. For years, the 100cc and 110cc engines were the gold standard for efficiency. But the modern city requires more. We have flyovers, we have fast-moving highway stretches, and we have heavy pillion loads. The new 125cc TSI engine in this 2026 model is Bajaj's answer to the underpowered complaint. This isn't about top-speed racing. It's about torque. It's about being at a traffic light with a heavy backpack and a pillion, and pulling away effortlessly without ringing the throttle. The refinement levels have gone through the roof. The vibrations that used to tickle your palms at 60 km/h, gone. This engine feels buttery smooth, engineered to cruise at 70-80 km/h all day long without sounding like it's dying. It gives you the confidence to overtake a bus without saying a prayer first. But as power goes up, the fear sets in. Does a bigger engine mean a hole in your pocket? The mileage miracle, this is the number that makes or breaks a legend. The Platina badge carries the weight of mileage champion. And the 2026 125cc model had the impossible task of maintaining that reputation while increasing power. Through intelligent ignition mapping and an advanced fuel injection system tailored for stop-and-go traffic, Bajaj has performed magic. In real-world testing conditions, not just the ARAI lab figures, this machine is pushing boundaries that defy physics. We are looking at efficiency figures that rival 100cc bikes. Imagine filling the tank on Monday and forgetting the way to the petrol pump until the next week. It transforms the anxiety of rising fuel prices into a background noise you no longer hear. It sips fuel with the discipline of a monk. This isn't just about saving rupees. It's about the psychological freedom of knowing your bike is working for you, not draining you. However, saving money on gas doesn't matter if you have to spend it at the chiropractor, the fortress of comfort if you ride on Indian roads. You know the pain. The potholes, the speed breakers, the gravel. Most sporty 125cc bikes sacrifice suspension travel for handling, breaking your back in the process. The 2026 Platina 125 doubles down on its greatest asset, comfort tech. But they've upgraded it. The rear nitrox suspension travel has been increased, soaking up bumps so effectively that you feel like you're floating rather than riding. The seat is no longer just a piece of foam. It is a meticulously contoured, long and wide quilt that supports the tailbone during hour-long commutes. The foot pegs are wide, reducing ankle fatigue. The handlebars are positioned so your spine remains perfectly vertical. This bike understands that your health is wealth. It is designed for the delivery hero, the office goer, the student who rides 40 kilometers a day. You get off this bike feeling fresh, not fatigued. But in 2026, comfort and mileage aren't enough. We live in a digital age. Has the Platina kept up? Technology meets utility. The days of the analog needle wobbling around are over. The 2026 Platina 125 embraces the digital revolution, but in a way that makes sense for its user. It features a fully digital instrument cluster that is crisp, bright, and loaded with information. It's not just speed and fuel anymore. You get a gear position indicator, lifesaver in city traffic real-time mileage indicators to help you ride more efficiently, and a clock. And yes, safety has been given the priority it deserves. With the 125cc power comes the responsibility of stopping. The introduction of single-channel ABS in this segment is a game changer. It prevents wheel lockups on slippery monsoon roads or panic braking situations, ensuring that you return home safely to your family. It also features a dedicated USB charging port, because in 2026, a dead phone is as bad as a dead engine. But all these gadgets raise a terrifying question. Is it still durable? The ownership reality, this is the final hurdle. High-tech bikes often come with high maintenance costs and fragile parts. The Platina legacy is built on the fill it, shut it, forget it philosophy. The 2026 model retains that rugged DNA. The body panels are flexible to withstand minor knocks in parking lots. The engine is over-engineered to run for lakhs of kilometers with basic oil changes. The chain cover is fully sealed, protecting it from dust and mud, extending the life of your drivetrain. Spare parts are available in every corner of the country, and they cost pennies compared to the premium sports commuters. And then there is the resale value. A Platina is like currency. It holds its value because there's always a buyer looking for reliability. When you buy this bike, you aren't spending money. You are investing in an asset that depreciates slower than almost anything else on the road. The verdict, the 2026 Bajaj Platina 125, is not trying to be a racer. It's not trying to turn heads at a track day. It is doing something much more difficult. It is trying to be the perfect partner for the real world. It acknowledges that you work hard for your money. It respects that you have a family to feed and a spine to protect. It combines the grunt of a 125cc engine with the frugality of a 100cc commuter, wrapped in a package that is comfortable, safe, and surprisingly stylish. It bridges the gap between necessity and desire. If you are looking for a motorcycle that wins the race where it actually matters, the race of life, endurance, and savings, then the search is over. The legend hasn't just returned. It has ascended.